What's up, you all? I hope you can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, there I go. Okay, so y'all, I woke up. I had to go to the restroom and got a little drink of water. Looked at my phone, and baby, it was Janet and Rob Rag. That's and y'all know I usually don't watch Rob Rag, but something said, watch this. Something said, watch this. Not watch this, but watch this. Watch this. My Lord. Baby, if that ain't Whitney and Bobby, Bobby! So I watched that hot mess, and Rob looked like he done aged. He looked like somebody's grandpa. It just don't look good. And so he done got mad at Janet. Janet done flew out to California. And now Janet upset because Rob stranded her. And then she come on begging for cash apps. I said, oh my God. I said, oh my God. Let me tell y'all something. I strongly believe that some of these men got some problems. And the sad part about it is these women don't see it. And then they get out there and realize that I really don't want this. But this is the thing, Janet. Why is you gonna go out to California and don't have no money and you begging for cash apps? My God, today. My God, today. What this is Vic. I got the receipts. Let me tag Pastor Vic. What receipts you got? Vic, what you got, Vic? Vic, what you got? Oh Jesus. Vic, what you got? I don't know if I want you up here, Vic. What you got? Vic, what you got? Vic, we on a whole nother subject now. And Vic talking about some receipt 20 days later. Sir, eh, I can't with you. Vic, what are you talking about? Anyway, baby, if Rob Rat, I mean, y'all, number one, he looks old. He looks really old now. And that alcohol is doing something to him. And Janet, excuse me, Janet, excuse me, is Miss Jackson if you're nasty? Janet, baby, you fought Tracy up and down. Like Rob was a piece of gold. And now you got what you want and lost what you had. First of all, Rob looked like somebody Buddha down at the Chinese store. I almost want to rub his belly and get a fortune. I'm like, well, what in the hell? I mean, he looked like Black Buddha with hair. I was just like, what is going on here? And then he looked old. He looked like the alcohol done aged him. Oh my God. Now I'm just being real. You know, Rob, you younger than I am. And that alcohol done did something to you. Oh my God. And you still drinking. And I believe something wrong with your liver because something ain't right. And then you talking about going back to jail again. I'm like, Lord have mercy. I know be a superstar. That's what it was. And then Janet acting like she Halle Berry on Jungle Fever. She acting like Halle Berry on Jungle Fever, begging for some cash apps so she can get unstranded. I'm like, for real, for real? Look, Uncle Clout, I woke up a little early, had to go to the restroom. Okay, was getting a little water, check my little phone, and Rob Rack and Janet was on. And I don't watch Rob Rack, but with this Janet thing, I had to check into this. You know what I'm saying? And baby, when I tell you, it looked like Bobby, Bobby, my lord. She was giving me Whitney Houston teas over there. I'm like, what is going on here? And then she was begging for cash out. And Rob up there talking. I mean, she says, "You got me stranded." I'm like, oh my God. He snatched the car keys out while she was driving. Oh my God, Vic. Vic, what is wrong with these people? Come up here, Vic. Now, Vic, I usually don't do this, but Vic, I'm bring you up here. But Vic, that thing was a hot mess. I'm like, early in the morning, folk playing like that. Thought she won a prize, baby. Hey, that prize comes with some drawbacks and some regret. Okay, it seemed like some gin and regret over there. And I mean, he looking like Black Buddha over there. I felt like I was gonna rub his belly to get a fortune. I'm like, what in the hell is going on? And he doing this for his safety. I'm like, what? And the sad part about it is, I think these men got problems. I really think these men got problems, but these women go after them, and I'm like, oh my God.
Man, look, Pastor, look, I'm telling people they better hurry up and get it before he take it down. It's only about what I got it. It's about maybe 30 seconds, maybe about 30 seconds long. I tagged you in it because basically they were like in the middle of the street. They were like driving, and,
Hmm.
and this fool snatched the keys out the car while she's driving. And I said, that's murder. That's trying to kill you at that point, because anything can happen. Like you can't imagine having a car in motion in gear and pulling the keys out while you're driving. A number of things can happen. Like, the car can malfunction. You can be stuck, in a gear. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the car might not stop. And this fool then snatched the keys out the car while they drive. You see cars going by.
Mm, it's
You see cars.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And he was
Vic,
hollering and screaming, "Help me, help me, help me, help me." Yeah,
Vic,
help me.
Vic,
Prison cell. Yep.
Vic. That's crazy. And my thing is, with the Tracy situation, I knew what that was about.
Man,
I
you
I
were right.
knew, I
1,000.
knew,
Okay.
and I knew what that was about. When he put his hands on the lady titty, I'm like, okay, I know what this is about. I see what's going on. This man is crazy as cat pee.
Yeah, yeah, it's real bad. It's real bad. Now we got the same scenario. She then flew out to him, Pastor. Yep. Once again, another one. Then flew out to him. Okay. And she get in the car. You got to blow into a tube to start his car.
Mm-hmm.
So she did
Mm.
the tube, started the car, driving the car. This fool flip out and snatch the keys out while they drive.
But the thing is, this is the thing, Vic. Why she don't have no money? Why she doing cash app? She
Look,
said, but Vic, she doing cash app.
let's do the math, Pastor. Okay, she done flew out there, right? That's a minus sign, right? That's a minus sign. Rob ain't paying for nothing. So you get there, right? From what I heard, she spent about $50 on some weed. Okay, that's a minus sign, right?
My God.
That's yeah, because she had $50 when she got out there, Pastor. But she spent it on weed.
Oh Jesus.
Okay, so
Oh Lord.
that's another minus sign. You understand? We putting this all on the minus side. So I don't know what the heck she was thinking. Maybe I don't know. She got paid late or what. But
This is the thing, y'all. I want people this is the lesson learned from this. There are some dysfunctional men on these YouTube streets.
on streets. Period. On
Yeah,
street.
but I don't know everybody's street, but I know this street.
Yes,
I know
man.
this street, and I think that women, I'm telling you, I don't recommend you date people off of YouTube in these sectors because
Fact.
it seems like a lot of these sector men, not all, let me make sure I clarify that, not all the sector men, but it seems like a great deal of these sector men really don't have a lot going for themselves. And it seems like it's really to make women look foolish. And you may not think that, but I'm looking at what's going on before my eyes. And Janet, people would have felt sorry for you. They would have felt sorry for you. But you act like Tracy did something to you, baby. And
Right.
Tracy was all wrong and all of this stuff and this and the third. Now you done gone out there and you getting treated probably worse than Tracy, which is sad, but this
You
man has mental issues.
you
I
should have.
knew he had mental issues when they left that hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And he had that phone in his damn hand talking about some rape. I'm like, boy, people have lost their lives up there holding the phone. The police telling them to. I mean, the man is mental. First of all, he doesn't need to go to jail. He needs to go to a mental facility so people can talk to him and he can take some medicine and get counsel and get off that alcohol. Because I think that there's some mental illness somewhere and alcoholism. I mean, Vic, did you see this man? He looks like somebody's granddaddy. He
Yeah,
has aged like terribly, Vic. And I mean, and then I'm looking at Janet and I'm like, girl, I wish I could feel something for you, but you act like Tracy was a whole monster. And the only reason I had issues with Tracy is that she went out there in the first place. And when that man put his hands on her titties, I was done. I'm like, this is a no go.
well,
This is
you
a no
are
go.
president. In my opinion, you were the first one to call it. We were blind to the fact. You were the only one that saw what we didn't see. You saw it long before anybody else saw it.
Let me
You did.
tell you something. I didn't have a good feeling when she went out there, but my thing is everybody's grown, and I try to be supportive of people. And I was okay with it until he put his hands on her titties. And when he did that, I'm like, I know what this is about. I know what this is about. This is to make these women look stupid out here and and to clout chase and get clicks off of them. And I knew it and I knew it and I knew it. And now Janet is getting the same thing, but Janet acted like a whole butt towards Tracy. I wish I could feel sorry for Janet, but my thing is, girl, you saw that play before you got there. Why you think you any different than anybody else? What you think you got magic punani? I mean, you think you got magic kulala? I mean, that your kulala was gonna change stuff? You think your milkshake brings the boys to the yard and everything's supposed to change?
Right. That's what they think. I'm gonna be the one to change them. And at the end of the day, it was like he was already taking money from you before you even went out there. Talk about let me
Ugh.
borrow that and not paying you back. So it's like what you like you going out there to deal with the exact same thing you was dealing with before you even went out there.
Mm.
It's
And then according to him, it's all her fault. It's never his fault. It is
right,
never his fault. It's always their fault. I mean, you got this lady in the middle of the street, you breaking down, acting crazy. And the thing is, Vic, she was on the outside.
look, man,
Vic,
they in
Vic,
traffic.
Vic, she was on the outside of the car.
Look, they was in traffic in California. He snatched the keys out the car while they driving, trying to run out the car and leave her in the middle of California. California is dangerous, Pastor. Look. There's plenty of people in California. If you are an out of towner, that is not the place to get stranded in.
Well, first of all, let me
Out of
say this. I'm not going to go out to no place without no money. Number one, because if that would have happened to me, I would have pulled out my phone, went to somebody's restaurant, called the old nasty piece of Uber, it went back to that hotel, and then would have flew my butt back home or would have rented a car and did my own thing out there. See,
Right.
you're wrong for going out there with no money in the first place. See, that was
Exactly.
wrong right there.
Yeah,
You
shit.
don't
Like
go no place without no money.
that was like horrific. And my thing is, what if he would have made it all the way out the car? And in his drunk mind, right? He jumping around. I guess he thought that when he snatched the keys, he was gonna be able to start the car. But let's not forget, you got to blow in the tube to start the car faster.
Mm.
So what he gonna do with the keys to the car?
Oh, Jesus.
What is he gonna do with the keys? He can't start the car. He need Janet to start the car.
I know.
So where is you going without Janet?
Well, he was in the middle of that road.
You see what I'm saying?
He
Like,
was in the middle of that road. And I mean, I'm going to tell you what, Vic, when he got on that camera, I was like, oh my God, what has happened to him? I mean, you think you get better and look better when you had some time, but I mean, Vic, he looked like somebody's granddaddy. I'm
well,
like, oh my God.
see, this is the thing. I told people this. Rob is already married. He is his wife. He is married legally to that bottle. That bottle is his wife. You know
Mm.
why he loved that bottle more than he loved actual women, Pastor? It's because that bottle don't talk back to him. Do you understand? That
Vic,
bottle is to grab, right? That's his woman. That bottle is his woman.
you
That's
all, let me say this.
and all you other women after that bottle, y'all ain't nothing but the mistress in the relationship. And that's how Rob treats him.
Well, let me say this, y'all. Alcoholism is no joke.
For real.
And I don't know what's going on with him, but oh my God, he looked terrible. He really looks bad. And I'm just being honest.
All he do is
He
drink.
has aged so badly. And I'm like, man. And it's like, I don't know. It's like that alcohol has just puffed him up. He look like a pastry puff
Yeah,
or something
like just
with
think
hair.
this is what happens when you drink gallons of Paul Masson. You don't drink water. That's easy. That's easy. You don't drink water. You don't drink anything else outside of liquor. You
Let
feel
me say this to Mike Martin, $1 million smile. Look, Mike Martin, I know you may not like Vic, and that's fine. But but the bottom line is we're all talking about it because the person actually put it on YouTube.
yeah, he did. He sure did.
And then not only did he put it on YouTube, he's in the middle of the street with this woman saying that she's being held and stranded, and it looks like a whole mess over there. And we've seen this happen. And I'm gonna tell you what, Rob, this doesn't help your cause. I know that there are people who are not fans of Tracy's. I get that. But now it done happened to Janet. And it just can't be these ladies. Now
Right.
I fought the ladies for going out there dealing with your crazy behind. I fought them for that. You know what I mean? And Janet, you should have seen this coming way before you got there. You seen what happened to Tracy. But instead of really saying, okay, Tracy, what's the deal? No, 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 no. You do all of that and then you go out there and now you looking foolish. And my thing is, women, do your homework. Women, if that joker ain't paying for you to go out there, then you don't need to be going out there. Or if they can't come visit you, then something is wrong. That does,
Oh, look, Pastor, like I said, option C, right? If you that type of woman that you want a man to sit there and degrade you and call you out your names and call you the B word every 5 minutes, you don't have to fly to another state for that. You should be able to find that in your zip code. It's plenty of
man, but first of all, you shouldn't be settling for that. That's the whole thing.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm telling you, Y'all, look, these YouTube romances, I am not saying that you can't find nobody on YouTube, but if you're a content creator and somebody else is a content creator, I'm just going to say, don't do it because it doesn't work out. It really doesn't work out. And if somebody really likes you like that, they're, first of all, if they really want the relationship to work, then they will go ahead and not be known, or I don't know. And I'm looking at this situation, and my thing is, you know, this man has had problems way before Tracy.
Look,
And unfortunately, Tracy went out there. Janet should have seen this, but no, she was thinking that Tracy was hating and Rob was her man. And now she get out there and she looked like a whole fool in the middle of the road, begging for cash apps. I was like, my God, today. And the sad part about it is, women, if he can't fly you out and if he can't take care of the accommodations and things, then you don't need to be going out there. And first of all, you shouldn't be flying out to no man. That man should be flying to see you. If he's really interested in you, he should be making the move to come see you.
now, Pastor, look, he flipped out on her because a content creator called her phone and asked
I
Janet.
heard it. I heard it. And you just doing all of this because somebody called my phone. I heard her. And I'm like, girl,
Like, yeah, like wow. Mm. And he just transformed in a nanosecond. Okay.
but the thing is, Vic, I think there's mental issues along with that alcoholism.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's the problem. And see, y'all can't change nobody who don't want to be changed. You
yeah,
can't change nobody who don't want your help. That
no,
man wants notoriety, and
yeah,
he's up there doing this, and jail don't even bother him.
no. I mean, he don't care about going to jail. Well, jail feed him. You know, you get to eat in jail. You be asleep. They give you a blanket, a toilet. Get a sink. Okay.
Vic, I'm telling you, I looked at my thing, and I'm like, so I guess that's what happened. I guess you tagged me in,
Oh
and I
yeah.
looked at that, and I'm like, what in the hell? And then I'm like, what in the Chinese Buddha, Black Buddha? And I mean, he looking terrible.
And
I
I'm looking.
mean,
What made me focus in was the car that went past them, and I realized she's like, "Yo, we in the mid." She said it. She's like, "We in the middle of the road," and I see the cars go past her, and I'm like, "Yo, when you're in traffic, right, and a car stopped like that, somebody could hit you from the back. I mean, you could literally cause an accident. You see what I'm saying? You don't know how good the car's brakes are in front of you and or behind you. You don't know the other condition of the cars around you, and all of a sudden your car just stopped in the middle of the road.
Janet, I wish I could feel some for you, but Janet, you were acting like crazy when Tracy was out there, and you talk mad cash trash. Now you in California, and now you getting the same treatment. Girl, you begging for cash app, and I'm like, oh my God, this man done snatched the keys out the car because
Right?
you getting a little phone call, and he gets mad, and now you hanging out the car. And then the thing is, Janet, you ain't even bringing enough money, ma'am.
Hey, look,
Oh
then
my
look
God.
about it.
What Aria on the Oasis said, and Janet was bragging, saying they were going to break the internet, like her and Rob was the new Jay and Bay. Well, they gonna break the internet for the wrong reason.
Right.
And Janet, you up there looking foolish. And I truly believe, I'm like I'm like, Rob, do you really like women? Do
No,
you really like women?
no,
Because it seems like the only thing you have done with women is try to embarrass them and demean them. And there is something within you that's really hurting, but yet you hurting these women and it don't look right. And I think Vic hit the nail on the head with this alcohol because you look crazy. You don't even look the same. I mean, you're looking bad. And I mean, this is not a read. This is real life. And I think you need to go check yourself in the rehab, man, because you're gonna drink yourself to death.
Crazy.
And
Yeah.
and look what you're doing. And then you seem like you got mental health issues. And the
Well,
people who up here, and people up here encouraging that mess and egging this stuff on, they ain't your friends. They're not your friends, Rob. I mean, they are not your friends. This is not good. And I don't even know you personally. But my thing is, I'm gonna tell you, you really need to check yourself into rehab. You are looking really bad. And I'm being honest. You, from the first time we saw you to now, you have aged. I mean, that's not been more than a year. You have aged. And it looks like that alcohol is really having an adverse effect on you. And then not only is it hurting you, but you're hurting the people around you, family and all of this stuff. And you're hurting everyone. And then I don't think you're mentally there, because if you would snatch keys out of a car on a road and leaving this woman stranded, and she outside the car. So I don't know if you put hands on her or not, because she outside the car begging for cash out. And you think that this is a moment. You think this is a YouTube moment. But it's not. It's making you look crazy.
Well, look, this is what I was thinking, right? Like if you're driving, Pastor, you're in the driver's seat, right? And I'm in the passenger seat. Okay. We're on the road. Okay. Your left hand is on the steering wheel. Your right hand is at the gearbox, right? You're changing. So in order for me to get to those keys, right? I'm getting to the keys because your right hand is down. In order for me to get to these keys, your right hand is down. So as I snatch the keys out of the car, you now are reaching for me. But keep in mind,
Mm,
this car is moving. Then we got a third party here. We got the dead.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
So
mm.
so now the car gradually comes to a stop, right? Gradually comes to a stop. And now you're trying to get the keys from me, and I'm trying to jump out the car with the keys.
Wow. Vic is all over those Nature Boy video replay on Bigo. He's a woman user, not a good look. I don't know, disgusting, because I'm not on Bigo. I'm only on YouTube in the beef sector. So talk to Vic about that. If it ain't a good look for me, disgusted, you can always be excused. I don't do Bigo. So, and we're not talking about Nature Boy right now. We're talking about the Rob Rack and the Janet situation. So if I was on the Nature Boy side and talking about Nature Boy, then that'd be a different thing. But I don't know anything, because I stay inside of my little YouTube thing. But if you discussed it, and if you don't want to be here, then you can always excuse yourself. I mean, big. I don't know what that's about. So yeah.
Remember, Pat, I've been up here 10 years. People gonna bring up, things 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It just, I'm loved in these streets. I put some.
Okay. Like I said, I don't know what it is, but I have a lot of people up here that people don't like, and it is what it is. And I'm sorry. Do you all think it's a play for cash apps? I think Janet was seriously stranded, and I think she was really pissed off, and you can see it. This woman is outside the car, and I don't know. I mean, that's going through a whole lot of stuff for some cash apps.
I'll put it like this. I mean, y'all think about it. Like you're driving in the car and somebody snatched the keys out the car while y'all driving. I mean, look, and again, they're not in the best part of California.
Mm.
So,
Well. Now he's in. I mean, I thought he was in the Sacramento area.
man, look, Jenny get out that car and she don't know what direction to walk in. To be real, where are you?
Well, I tell you what, she was outside the car, and I'm sitting there looking, and again the phone drops, and then when it comes back up, you hear her screaming, talking about some. She got a phone call and he tripped out, and she needed some cash apps to get back to the hotel. I'm like, girl, really? You don't have enough money? You don't have enough money. I mean, oh my God, it's just looking like and Gator and Halle Berry in New Jack City
Right.
when Gator had that crack and baby, it looks just like that. It looks like a whole mess.
Okay. I was thinking more of Ike and Tina in the limo.
No, I mean because again, they were in a limo. This is embarrassing on a Sunday. Oh my God. I think this might have happened on the set. Well, like I said, I'm looking at it, and it just comes across my feed today. Because y'all know, had it not come across my feed, I wouldn't have known about it. Because I have not watched Rob Rex, but when it was Janet, I'm like, okay, so now this is the girlfriend. This is the girlfriend, and
Yeah.
now this is what you got, Janet, Miss Jackson. If you're nasty, oh my God.
And he done turned around and like I said, almost caused a doggone accident.
The
I got
thing is, you all, I want you all to look. I'm just gonna put it out there. YouTube content creators, especially female content creators, y'all always complain about gay men do this, do this, do that. And I'm gonna put it out here because at the end of the day, most of us will kind of come at you because you done came after us and you can't either take a roast or a gag. But it's these guys over here. And I'm not saying all straight men. I am not saying all because people will take that and run with it. I'm not saying all straight men, but a lot of these straight men in these different sectors are making y'all look crazy out here.
look like a female. In my opinion, Rob Rack wants a man. See, if Rob Rack was with a man, that whole car thing would have went totally different.
Well, I don't know that because he doesn't identify as that. So I don't know that. But what I am saying is that this man is doing much more damage to these women than any gay man is doing. And again, we always get blamed because we can roast and clap back, which what we usually do. But I ain't never seen no gay man uh do what people doing what they doing now. I ain't never seen that. And I'm telling you, especially in the beef sector, soon as some new penis comes, folk get excited. People get excited. And they lose their common sense. And then the sad part about it, Vic, is they'll dog out gay men in the sector. They will do that right away. They'll do that right away. And then these are the same men who will use them, play them for money, flirt with them for all kind, take them for what they can give them. And this is what we've seen. And so now we've seen this man again get a woman out to where he is, thoroughly embarrass her, put it on camera for his benefit. He doesn't care about going to jail. He just does it because he wants YouTube notoriety. And the woman sitting up there looking stupid. And my thing is with him is first of all, not only with him, but women don't go out to any place for no man. If a man is interested in you, he will come to you. He will pursue you. Okay? Again, Ruth in the Bible was gleaning her fields. Ruth was not worried about no man. Ruth was trying to get her coins. Okay. Ruth said, my husband done died and I got a whole mother in law I got to look after. Ruth went to work. Boaz saw Ruth. He said, leave some food in the field, especially for her. Okay.
I looked at it like this, President.
Baby, let me tell you something. Don't be coming to no man. If a man is interested in you, he's going to pursue you. He's going to do what he needs to do. Even birds and animals, even the animals have sense. Even the females, like when the birds are trying to mate, baby, they be trying to get the female there. Okay, they be trying to get the they pay it forward. Okay, I mean, even the animals have sense enough to know that what you got to prove to me that you worthy. Okay, and y'all just don't do that. And I'm like, you should never pay. You know what I'm saying? You should never. If you're interested in me, then you need to fly to my hometown and you need to spend some time with me. And then if you want me to come to you, then you gonna pay for whatever you gotta do.
Well, look, I look at it like this, President. It don't matter what the relationship matter, gay or straight. You have somebody come out. You have somebody come out and hook up, and the first thing they say to you is, "Who is that on your phone?" That's a red flag right there.
Vic, it goes before that.
Somebody
It,
worried about
it,
who calling your
Vic,
phone and ain't from you.
Vic, it's way before that. It's way before that, Vic. First of all, before I even go anywhere or bring somebody somewhere, who are you? You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? I mean, because you're talking about a relationship now,
Right.
and his track record has already proven that he ain't to be trusted. This ain't like we didn't know this. And the thing is, you all, again, if he's interested in you, he's gonna pay for you to get out there. But the thing is, people should have been asking. Hold on for a minute, y'all.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm saying I kind of agree with Pastor J. You know, again, you don't go nowhere without no money in your pocket. Like period. Okay. Like it should never be that much trust in the world in 2024, especially when you know the dude that you talking to is broke. You know, dude is broke. You know he ain't got a dime. You know he ain't got no money. You see what I'm saying, ladies? He don't have no money. You were already paying for stuff, okay, before you went out there. You was already cashing out. You was already,
Wow, I'm back.
yeah.
But these are willing victims, Jay Wilson. These women sign up for the punishment. You know, yeah, Vic, this is yeah.
Yeah, correct, man. Look, look, things not to do, right, Pastor Jalen? Okay.
Mm-mm-mm. Wow.
Hey, look, I can't. I listen. I go like I agree with Pastor J. I don't go anywhere without my own money. But the simple fact is, anything can hop off. Anything can hop off. So that is like definitely number one on the list. And when you dealing with Rob Rack, yeah, you should have had look, Pastor J, you should have had the police on standby.
Wow. I I'm looking and I'm gonna say this again, there are no victims here. There are no victims here.
Oh, absolutely not. When you looking at what you're looking at, look,
Because
man.
because Janet should have saw this play. Janet should have saw this play. And she went over there thinking that she was gonna be something different. and
Like what? Yeah, what?
and you ain't no different.
Okay, when you look at that replay, you like, wow. You can never get in my car. Well, first of all, look, I always drive myself everywhere. Let's start there, Pastor Jay. I'm not. If I have a car, I don't need to drive your car. Does that make sense?
Correct.
You got a car, I got a car. Both of our cars are sitting side by side together. I don't have to jump in your car. You don't have to jump in my car, and vice versa. We should be able to follow each other whatever the hell we going. How about that? Okay.
Mm,
For real.
mm-mm.
It's so important. Okay. That is so important. Even when I hooked up with Tracy, right? Yeah, I was trolling, right? Talk about Tracy was paying for everything. Pastor J, I was trolling my ass off.
Look, Vic, I'm not going. Look, I'm not going there. I ain't even going there, Vic.
I just said I didn't go downtown without no doggone money. You feel me? What I look like taking my wife and my daughter out the house, go downtown Detroit with everything. The price downtown is everything. The price is up. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't, and I, like I said, well, shoot, I've been with my wife 18 years. I don't have these problems, Pastor. Okay, even when I was drinking, that's that. See, that's why I ain't got no excuse because I used to drink, Pastor. I used to drink heavy. I used to get like 4 cases of Bud Light, like the 24 packs.
Mm-hmm.
I would have 4 cases of Bud Light. My favorite alcohol was Crown Royal. I love Crown Royal and the Hennessy. Oh man, it's like that was my water. And then they came out with the maple Crown Royal and the apple Crown Royal. Oh man, that was my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I never called my wife out of her name, even when I was drinking.
Well, this is the thing, Vic. This is the thing. You and your wife are together. You have a wife. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Your wife ain't flying nowhere to see you.
look, amen.
And all I'm saying is that I wish I could feel sorry for Janet. No, let me say this. My heart really goes out to Janet because she was outside the car and she was having people to say, "Hey, I need cash app. This man is holding me. I'm stranded. I'm seeing this lady in panic mode." So I feel for her because she has to go through this. But I cannot act like that she acted crazy with Tracy. And I remember her with the Tracy situation. And now she's in the same situation. And it
Yeah,
don't feel good. And the
because
sad part about it is I really
it's worse. When you think about it, it's worse because Tracy was able to get up out of there. At least Tracy had enough sense to have some money in her pocket to get up out of there. You feel me? Tracy was never stuck. Tracy got her own hotel room. She was out of there. See, she had the Pastor J emergency plan already in effect. Up, this is going left. I'm out of here. When Tracy came like, where was she at, Pastor? She was in her own hotel.
correct.
You
But
feel?
the thing is,
And then when he got to acting a fool, what did she do? Up, police, go ahead and take it. Yeah, he wilding. He got to go. No hesitation. Okay, so she had the Pastor J backup emergency plan in her back
yeah, I get you. The
pocket.
thing is, Vic, though, the big picture is, though, and it's a takeaway. Ladies, before you start dogging out the other woman, you might need to sit down and have a conversation with her because you might learn some things. Really, you might learn some things. And unfortunately, Janet is learning her lesson at this moment. Rob has an alcohol problem,
An
and
addiction.
it's really bad
Yeah, that's
to
an
the
addiction.
point where it is transforming how he looks. He doesn't even. I don't even think Rob loves himself.
I'm
Because if
calling.
you loved yourself, you would not let yourself deteriorate like that. And you would not let that alcohol do a number. If you really loved yourself, you would not put your life and somebody else's life in jeopardy. And again, Janet can't change nobody.
Right.
As you can see, you sitting out there on an expressway or a busy road out there begging for cash apps because this man done took the keys out the car. He got mad because somebody had called you, and
That's
this is what he does.
that was
And
it.
that's a sickness right there. It's a sickness. And again, even if it is for a cash app, and even if they are playing a game, it's making her look stupid, and it's making him look bad. A worse alcoholic, and he don't care if he goes back to jail or not. And people, y'all, we can't. I'm gonna say this. I understand that this is content, but what I want you all to know is that this ain't good content. This is a cry for help that somebody needs rehab, number one, and they really need help because they're on a downward spiral. But then number two, women don't get caught up in this stuff. I mean, do you need a man that bad? I would rather you be by yourself than be hooked up with something that could cause you to lose your life or put you in danger or have you out on the street begging for cash app. So I think it goes both ways. I think it's a warning to women or people in relationship is y'all think about these YouTube relationships because they don't end up well. And we see what's going on. Women, if that man can't fly you out or if he can't do nothing for you, then you need to back off because that's a red flag right there. And I'm gonna tell you what, I wish I could feel sorry for Janet again. I feel sorry for her situation, but she's known. She saw what happened. And now she's getting what the other person is getting. And it's not funny now because it's not important to you until it happens to you.
Facts. What? Facts. It don't hit them until it's in their face. We tell them that look, that is Michael Myers on the other side of the door, and they still got to go through the door. Facts.
Well, all I'm saying is people, and let me say this too, people encouraging this behavior, it's not good. I don't encourage this behavior. I don't encourage this behavior. First of all, it doesn't look good for men. It makes men look bad, especially black men. And all black men are not like this. Let me say that again. All black men are not like this, but this is what we're seeing, and it's not a good look. But it's not a good look for women either because y'all come off looking desperate or y'all come off looking thirsty, and then this joker sits here and make y'all look crazy out here, and his craziness making y'all look crazy. So it doesn't work for that reason as well. And I think it's just dysfunction all around. It's dysfunction all around. What woman would let a man snatch her dignity like that? See, that's what gets me. And then this is what y'all fighting over, or this is what y'all clawing at, and I don't get that. And I looked at this man, and I'm like, what? Really, really? And then Vic will have the nerve to talk about gay men, and I'm gonna tell you what, I ain't date nobody broke.
Well, I
I
look.
ain't never, I ain't never dated nobody broke.
I
I'm
look.
telling you what, and everybody I dated had a car, and a
Well,
house or a place to
absolutely.
live, and they ain't have to blow in no car to get to point A to point B. It's a sad scenario and it's a sad shame. And again, let me say this, it's a relational thing. How do you think about yourself? Why would you put yourself through this? Because my thing is, okay, so if I would go to a dinner date or if I would have to go amongst friends, is this what I want? Is this who I want to represent me? I mean, because people are like, okay, well, what's going on here?
Well, I'm looking at it like this, Pastor. When he says that he's a straight man, yet you clearly see him acting like a woman. Okay? Bottom line, he claimed to be the straight man, but wasn't he the one out there throwing hissy fits? Wasn't he the one all in his emotions? You know, where was the testosterone in that? There was none.
But this is the thing, Vic. This is the thing. You can't determine sexuality based on emotions. The man has always presented as heterosexual. I just think that he has an issue with women. And I don't know if it's the alcohol. I don't know if it's a mama situation. I don't know what it is. But women seem to be the enemy with him.
Right?
And he's fighting against himself. I
But
don't
look,
know if that man is gay or not. I
problem.
can't say that, and I'm not gonna put that on him. I'm not gonna put that on him because Vic, people have raised eyebrows about you, and I'm like, I'm not gonna let y'all say anything about Vic
But look,
because Vic is a married man.
we observe it as men. I mean, just as men, we are observant, and as an observant man, you have a man in front of you, right? That all of a sudden he attacks every woman that he's with, but when he gets around a bunch of men, he don't have that same energy. That's all I'm saying.
Well, this is the thing, Vic. Maybe he was a spoiled man and got what he wanted because his mama always broke down and said, "Okay, since he's cutting up now, let me give him this because he gonna throw a tantrum." That could be the case. We don't know if his mom or his dad or his relatives or gave in to what he wanted, and that could have been interesting too because people never had said no to him, and now people are saying no, and he throws a tantrum. There's a lot of reasons why. I don't really, like I said, know that man's sexuality. I just know that he hasn't treated a woman well since we have been looking at him. And I can't determine what that is. I don't know if it's sexuality or not. I just know that alcohol is destructive in his life, and I think it taints his relationship, not only with women, but with men as well. And I don't know if the drinking is to make him think he is more manly. And I think that the men don't do him any services by encouraging his destructive behavior because the behavior is destructive, and we can see this. And it's not only destructive to him, it's destructive to the people around him. I mean, if you snatch keys out of a car and this lady is on the street and she's not even in the car and she's hollering for cash apps, and you are crying for help and all of this stuff, because there's some mental illness going on too. We haven't even gotten to the mental illness. There's some mental illness going on, and I think that we need to talk about it. But I think they're looking crazy. But people need to know that this is some crazy stuff. This is stuff that's beyond normal. This is abnormal behavior. I mean, this is abnormal. And I think it's abnormal behavior for that woman to even place herself in this position as well. And I'm going to tell you, any woman who goes out to California to see that man, yeah, I think and especially if they're on YouTube, I
Yeah.
think they're cruising for a bruising. I think they go in willingly knowing what they're getting ready to get. You cannot change anyone. That person has determined within themselves that I'm tired of being tired. I'm sick of being sick, and they have to make that change because obviously he doesn't want to make that change. He is looking old as father time over there.
Yeah.
Mm. And that's no shade, but he's not looking well, and he's mentally not doing well. And I'm telling you now, looking at her situation, she needs to run, not walk. And as soon as she get to that hotel, she needs to find her way home and leave that alone. And you know what he's gonna do? He's getting ready to tear her up. She's going to be the enemy now. She's going to be the content now. And he's going to talk about her. And any woman who goes there is going to be a Tracy and a Janet because that's all he's going to do is continue to
40 years
go
old.
through these women and treat them like dirt.
Yeah, he's not even 40 years old.
I think he does rely on alcohol to give him liquid courage. I refuse to speak on the next man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know his sexuality. I really don't. I don't think it could be a lot of things. It could be a lot of factors. And I'm not saying you're wrong, Vic, but I'm just saying it could be a lot of factors within him. Maybe he didn't have a dad at the house, and maybe the mama gave into everything. And so maybe when there is a strong man, then it makes him pause because he's never had that before. It could be a lot of things.
I was raised from the old school. You make a choice. You voluntarily choose to drink that alcohol. You choose that instead of getting the help you need. Clearly, it's an addiction. Clearly, you love that alcohol way more than you love anything else in life. So that's a
Mm,
choice. Ain't nobody putting a gun to his head to make him drink. You feel
Well,
me? He loves to drink.
I'm gonna
So
tell you what.
when a person is in that state of mind, okay, where they choose to live this way, okay, I don't feel sorry for you at all. I like I have zero sympathy at that point because you choose to stay at the bottom. Like there's avenues out. Now me, Pastor, I when I stopped drinking, I went cold turkey. I went cold turkey. I drank for at least 20 years. You feel me? By the time I got to my own house and stuff, couldn't I used to drink from 8 o'clock in the morning until nighttime, just like that idiot. Okay, so it's a choice.
Well, it is, but Vic, everybody has to get to their reality their
Yeah,
way. Some people maybe it has to be. Hopefully, rock bottom is not death. Hopefully, rock bottom is something that he can climb up from. But see, and Vic, see, I can't judge you. I cannot judge you. But see, I don't know what that looks like because I ain't never drank.
yeah. Look, I'm gonna
So,
tell you what it
so
looked like. I was out one night, right? I was out drinking with my neighbors. You know what I'm saying, right? We getting drunk. Like another Saturday night, right? We getting drunk. Pastor, I'm walking home, right? As I'm walking home, I fall out like in the middle of the street. You feel me?
mhm.
When I fall out, like that was my wake up call right then. When I couldn't, I couldn't physically make it.
But Vic, that was your moment,
You know
and
what
Rob hasn't had that moment yet. It's not feeling sorry. I just think that I hope he gets help before there's no help. You
Yeah, he
know,
fell out enough.
because I've seen a lot of people die of alcohol poison and they could not come back from it. I've seen people who drank themselves literally to death.
Yeah,
Or if that didn't happen, they drove and they not only took out themselves, they took out someone else because they got behind the wheel, which is not right. I mean, so hopefully the rock bottom is I see myself with this. I'm always going to have, I don't want anybody to die. I don't want anyone to lose their life. I get that. I just think that doing it on YouTube is just it just opens that window to say that you really got some major problems. And the women who are going out there, it's like, okay, women, learn the lesson. It does not make sense that you pay your money to go fly to see somebody. If somebody really likes you, they're going to invest the time and the money to see. It's like a job interview. If somebody flies you out to another state because they want to interview you, you don't pay for that. If they're really interested in you, they're going to pay for the hotel, they're going to pay for the car rental, and they're going to pay for the airline fare. So, and they're going to have a car to pick you up, or they'll allow you to drive a car to go to the interview. It is their risk. If they really think that you're worth it, they're going to do it. And if it doesn't work out, guess what? You weren't the person. Okay. But that's the money we spend, because if we're really interested in hiring you, then we're going to spend the money. And that's how I feel about it. Because if somebody's very interested in you, they're going to spend the time and they're going to spend the money. And if it
Right.
doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out.
Facts. Big time facts. You know, a person that really care about you ain't gonna. Well, first of all, a person that really care about you ain't gonna go out their way to embarrass you, try to humiliate you every chance they get, or just because or as soon as they get a shot of.
Vic, Vic, that's so important. I think you hit that nail on the head. People who love you, they're not going to try to embarrass you. They're going to cover you, if anything. And I see these women always covering for him, but he don't ever cover for them. It's always it's that narcissistic tendency that it's all about me. It's all about me. And
Mhm.
Janet, today you found out that it's all about him. It is all about his feelings. He don't care about your feelings.
Okay, look,
He
you still.
didn't. He didn't ask you. He didn't say, "Well, Janet, what's the phone call about?" or nothing. That y'all didn't talk about it. He instantly thought it was you. Done took attention away from him, and I'm gonna embarrass you. And I'm gonna tell you, it ain't cool. It ain't cool. It ain't cool at all. So,
Listen.
Vic, any last words? Because I'm getting ready to lay it down, Vic. Because I only went to go to the restroom and drank some water.
Yeah, Pastor. You know, look, I'm like you. Like I said, you know, women, do better, man. There are plenty of men out here with better options outside of Rob Rack. And after this, like I said, I don't think women or men, like nobody wants Rob. Like there's no.
I
Okay.
think Rob. I think Rob needs to get to know Rob. I don't
Yeah.
even think Rob knows who he is. I just think that some people are not alcoholics for nothing. There's something deep within going down. I mean, I understand somebody who's a casual drinker, but when you're hardcore like that, there's something. There's some trauma. There's something you ain't dealing with. There's something that's eating you to cause you to drink, because that drink is taking away something. It's getting you away from something. It's helping you escape from something. What that something is, I don't know. Only he knows.
You
But
know,
yeah.
drinking helped me cope with Pastor J. Drinking helped me cope with the fact that I didn't have a job. That it was a hellified culprit of that. Okay, and I agree. Like you don't drink, but you still this is a drug that causes you to become blurry. Do you feel me? It impairs your
Mhm.
so this intoxication, this euphoria can become addictive because if you're in a saddened state, like let's say somebody passed away that you really cared about, and you start drinking, that alcohol will always put you in the mindset of thinking about that person. So you end up getting that bottle every day,
Mhm.
and it becomes
Mhm.
ongoing cycle. Next thing you know, you drinking a little bit more, depending on the level of your emotion. If you're a person that don't handle your emotions well, then you're gonna drink a lot.
Well, Vic, that may be it. And I think that people just don't drink just to drink. They're drinking because they're coping with something, or they're trying to get away from something, or and I think that's the big, people don't do drugs because they just doing drugs. They're trying to get away from something, they're dealing with something. And I think that's the same thing, with food addiction. Like I said, all of that stuff has something that comes into play, but it really starts affecting other people, as we can see. And it has really, it's not self-contained. Now it's bubbling over into other folks' lives. I mean, you got a whole lady begging for cash apps, pleading with people because she said that you're stranding. She's stranded. You're holding her hostage, pretty much. That's what she's saying, and and it's not a good look. And being the alcoholic that he is, he can't even use the right decisions and choices to make. And this is the thing, Rob. You can put that on camera all you want, but man, you already have a record. And I think the thing with Tracy hasn't helped you. So if that lady were to call the cops and say, "Hey, I'm being held against my will, and this is what's going on," Rob, she ain't going to jail. He's
Right.
going to jail. It's your car. It's your. She's not going to jail. And I don't think you realize that, because that alcohol has impaired your judgment. You can't even make sound judgments right now, sound decisions. And then you put it on YouTube like it's going to help you. And the lady is sitting right there saying, "Hey, can y'all send me some cash out because he did this?" And you recorded the evidence. And I
All of
don't think you get that, Rob. And this is
all
what the alcohol is doing, that you can't even think straight. You all, let this be a learning lesson. Alcohol, alcohol in excess is not good. I'm not saying drinking is wrong, because people can drink in moderation.
the
But when
world.
you're drinking in this particular situation where it's excessive, and you have mental issues on top of that, because I think he has some mental issues, then it's not safe. And
Alcohol,
women,
alcohol causes brain damage, Pastor. Like all of this,
I
like
get you.
it goes like alcohol is biblical. Jesus told you not to get drunk.
It's some deep stuff, and all I'm gonna say is, women,
Like
women.
there's no positivity inside of getting drunk. Okay, the main reason why Jesus told you not to get drunk is because you might kill yourself. Pardon my language. You could walk off a cliff and not even know it. When you become intoxicated off of any form of wine to the point where you can no longer function, you become a danger to yourself.
Yeah,
You see?
yeah. And women, value yourself more. Do not look. Anybody can be a rhinestone. Everybody can be a diamond. I would say be a diamond. You just can't go handle a diamond. You got to get permission. And all I'm saying is, just don't put yourself in situations. You have to value yourself. You have to value yourself. And it's not a gay man against straight man thing, but I'm gonna tell you what,
Against
especially in this.
men thing. Look, let's put it like that. It's a men against drunk men thing. Okay,
Yeah.
'cause that's what it is. And at the
Well,
end of the
but Vic, I say that because we get blamed for a lot of stuff. We get
day,
blamed for hating women. We get blamed for XYZ. But I ain't never seen no gay man leave no woman stranded, or do certain things, or play with their emotions. If we go after women, it's because it's something that has happened in the sector, and so on and so forth. And the only reason why I say that again is because when new penis comes in the sector, and if it happens to be straight, women just lose their mind, and they just throw themselves with all abandon to the wind and don't even think. And again, it takes us brothers to say, "Hey, you all, come down to reality now," because I know we fight with you all, but for the most part, we have a reason. These men are not only dealing with you, they're dealing with your emotions. They're playing with you, and some people don't even see it. So that's why I say that. And I'm not saying all straight men. do this, but I just notice, and it's an observation and not a judgment, but it's my observation, at
You
least in
observe it
our
right.
sector,
Man.
in this beef sector. I can't speak for the Mo3 sector. I can't speak for the black sector. I can speak for the beef sector. And my observation, as soon as somebody heterosexual come in there, we just throw all logic out of the window. And again, and the thing that gets me is I've observed that these women and some of these people have just really um they've just thrown the same gender loving brothers under the bus for a man, and then at the end of the day it's all for naught, because either somebody's trying to get some clout or somebody's trying to use you, and we've seen it over and over and over again. So that's why I bring that out.
I go
And
back
I
to my
know I'll get some pushback from this, but oh well,
yeah,
it's my
I go back to my
observation.
great grandmother. See, my great grandmother and the elders. I was born in '78, right? So if you were the type of woman that would get with a man that would treat you like this, and you decide to stay with that man, even the elders in my family, she wants to be treated like that. That's what the
Mhm.
elders in my
Well,
family.
I have observed that when there's a new man or somebody identifies as heterosexual, then people just lose all logic, and again they will talk about us like a dog, and for that person, and then usually it's they're getting used. And I'm
Right.
not saying all straight men who come from different sectors are like this, but I've just noticed this. This is my observation,
Oh,
and so
I can show you another one from the black sector that drink like that and do. Okay, but at least that drunk, he got his wife. His woman ain't left. She been there 20 some odd years. So, that's a whole nother show, though.
yeah.
Ah,
Well, look, Vic, I'm getting ready to lay it down, but I just wanted to come
all right.
on, and I'll probably be on later on this morning. So, you all, thank you all for coming on. I hope Janet gets it together, and I hope that Rob Rack finds rehabilitation and some mental counseling, because it seems like he really needs that. And Janet, it seems like you need it too, because this ain't new. You knew this was going to happen. I know you didn't think because you was going to change him and things would change. It's not going to change. And so, it's embarrassing, but, hopefully you learn from this. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace and love, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.